Oh, you're back. How's it going? Freemasonry Report. Today's episode, should you carry a gun into the lodge? Stay tuned. Should you carry a gun into the lodge? Today on the Freemasonry Report. Now, I know this is going to inspire a lot of comments, but I wanted to put this out there because I feel it's super important that we talk about such a sensitive subject. And I know there's brothers that are tuning in from all over the world. So for some of you, you are not even allowed to carry a gun in your country legally. I'm more or less just targeting the United States of America and countries that you actually are legally allowed to carry a gun. In your given country, you can substitute the gun for maybe a knife or maybe a mace or something else that people could feel is a danger. So let's get into that. Should you carry something dangerous into the lodge? There's a couple clear answers that you need to look at. Number one, ask your Grand Lodge what the rules are for that, if there is one. Number two, talk to your lodge officers about it. Find out how they feel about it. Number three, find out if there's already brothers carrying inside of your lodge. Number four, find out what you do in your lodge to keep it secure and safe for when the state of communication or called communication is happening. And lastly, number five, in the United States of America, we have the Second Amendment. So you have the right to actually carry a firearm. Just remember, you don't ever want to use it offensively or defensively against a brother Master Mason. It should only be used for someone that's an intruder that is wanting to do harm to all the lodge brothers. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now that we talked about those five things, let's talk about concealed carry in a lodge. There's a lot of good ways to look at doing that, and there's a lot of good firearms to consider taking advantage of for this. The first consideration that you want to consider is, what is your dress code like? Can you actually carry something in your pocket, on your waist, maybe in a shoulder holster, without showing that, hey, I'm carrying a firearm? Number two, after you know what the dress code looks like, you want to take a consideration of what meets the need for the lodge meeting and why do you have that type of caliber weapon on you, and how do you have it on you, and how do you keep it safe and secure so it doesn't fall out during the meeting. I always recommend, if you are going to have something, make sure it's holstered, make sure it's the trigger is safe, make sure that you are comfortable that it is 100% secure, no one can get it from you. Because if you're out in the general public or you're in a lodge room, you always want to make sure your firearm is safely secured. Finally, number three, you want to take into hard consideration of how other brothers feel about you concealed carrying. Now, I know feelings is such an unusual topic to look at because you have the right to carry a firearm in the United States of America. In some other countries, you have the right to carry a knife or whatever weapon you choose to defend yourself. But you always want to take in that consideration. You don't want to trigger anyone intentionally. So with that being said, can you carry a firearm to lodge? Possibly, yes, you can. Just remember, always check in, make sure it's okay with your sitting worshipful master. Always make sure it's okay with the Grand Lodge so you're not breaking any formal rules. I know for a fact that in the United States of America, we support our Constitution and we support our way of life. So with that being said, the answer is most likely yes, you are able to carry a firearm into lodge. Just don't make a big thing of it, and no one else will either. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Click like and subscribe. So we have weekly episodes each week. Check in with our Instagram page, our Facebook page, our YouTube videos that we have out. Read our blog articles on freemasonryreport.com. And thank you for tuning in.